Hi, I'm Rob from Rob's Been Running. I hope you are doing well, staying safe and training hard. We are back today with our second normal shoe review, and it's for their much anticipated update to the Tomir. It is their new Tomir 2.0. We reviewed the Tomir 1.0 last year when it first came out, and I thought it was a successful shoe. It didn't suit everybody's preference with its firmer cushioning, but a shoe that could do well up to ultra distances of 50k. If you didn't know, NNormal are a joint creation from mountain running goat Kilian Jornet and Spanish shoe manufacturer Camper. They released the Tomir 2.0 in March this year, but it's just been difficult to get hold of due to supply chain issues, so we've only just managed to get our hands on a pair. The 2.0 does boast some updates in the upper, the midsole and the sole of the shoe, and NNormal say that they've been listening to its customers and they've built a shoe that has been built stronger to run longer, so we will see. So let's get into that now as we go through some facts and figures for the NNormal Tomir 2.0. The Tomir 2.0 has an 8mm drop, the same as the Tomir 1.0, but this time with 2mm extra cushioning. So you get a stack height of 33 under the heel and a 25mm under the forefoot. The shoe weighs in at 288 grams in the UK 8.5, which is 4 grams heavier than the previous model, unfortunately. I guess that's because of the extra cushioning. The cost in the UK is £149.99 on sportshoes.com. However, I have found it on Runner-In at £136.99, £10 more than the previous model, but still not too bad in today's market. It comes in multiple colourways, 4 in total, which are unisex, so no specific colourways or shoes for men and women. And you can get the Tomir 2 in a hiking boot version as well, and that is available in 2 colour options. Right, so here we are, here's the shoe. I put it in this nice green colourway here. I'm just going to go through it from top to bottom, really. So the upper, just here, slightly redesigned upper from previous model, made with the same ripstop TPE fabric, but apparently even more durable. And the other one was durable enough anyway. If I just pick up the previous one, there we go. Still in pretty good nick, right? We'll go through that a bit more in a second. So the midsole has been re-engineered. It's still firm, so there is cushion in there. You can probably see that where I'm squeezing that in. So it's probably a bit more give than the previous one. But it is lighter and there's more of it, so you've got 2mm extra underneath here in order to help with longer excursions on the trails. The midsole has been made out of a new product, so it's called X-Pure 45C Supercritical Foam. Mouthful. Whereas the previous shoe was made out of EVA 50 low density foam, so it is different. It feels remarkably similar, but apparently it's different. One new feature as well, there's a new Ortholite insole which has been molded to the arch. So the previous version you couldn't take the insoles out of. This one you can, which is good. Great news, because it makes it a lot easier to clean as well. So here we go, there's the insole here. It's not particularly thick, it is nicely molded, and adds a little bit of cushion in there. It's not like a boomerang insole or something like that, or some of the ones that you get in the Saucony shoes, so like the Power Run Plus, but it's still pretty good. So let's just get that back in there. There we go. And also there's an improved rocker geometry to the shoe to help you from the transition from heel to toe. If I take a look at the previous one, there's not a lot of difference in that. So that's the new one, that's the previous one. But apparently NNormal say that it's been re-engineered with a slightly different rocker geometry. And then there's the outsole. So we still have the excellent Vibram Mega Grip light base and traction lug technologies. So the outsole, again, if I pick up the same the old shoe, exactly the same, using the same technology. and why change something that works, right? Works really, really well. There's 33 lugs on the bottom of the shoe, all at 5mm length, and there is improved sole to surface for better traction. So there's now 290 square centimeters to the bottom of this sole, which is 18 centimeters squared more than the previous model. So I'm not sure if we can probably see that from holding them up. If I pick up the same shoe, let's have a look. Marginally, yeah, there is a marginal gain there. So that's going to help with traction on the trails to give you better grip, which is great. And it's probably where the extra weights come from, to be fair. There wasn't a lot of weight gain, but extra rubber means extra weight. So these fit true to size. I can attest to that because I bought these in my 10.5, which is my standard. And the toe box is medium width. I'd actually say it feels like when you're running in these that they're slightly narrower than the previous model. However, it's marginal. It's certainly not uncomfortable for me, and I have wide feet, so it's working fine in that respect. There's still plenty of wriggle room in the toe box as well. And for durability, again, they've done this 360-degree stitching around the bottom of the shoe here to tack the midsole to the upper, just to help with extra durability. That worked really, really well in the previous version of the shoe, so that's all good. So I went out and took these on a few runs actually. I've done about 21 miles in this shoe now on the trails. So why don't we have a look at that video and see how I got on. Right, we have come to Epping Forest, my normal playground, to do the first run in the NNormal Tomir 2.0, and so far so good. So the fit of the shoe is yeah, very similar to the Tomir 1, and I wasn't expecting anything different really after reading up about the shoe. So it's a very snug fit. I would say average width in the toe box. And the feel of the upper feels very, very similar to the other one, although you've got a bit more of a substantial toe bump around this one, so yeah, maybe slightly snugger, but still a very good fit. The upper feels comfortable at the moment, so no complaints there. The tongue, same tongue design as in the previous shoe, so very, very thin tongue. Hasn't caused me any issues. You do have a zonal padding down the front of the tongue, so that the laces don't pull into your foot, and that seems to be doing its job as it did on the last shoe, so that's good. The main difference with this shoe is the midsole. So the midsole on normal shoes are relatively firm anyway. The Tamir one was softer than the normal Karag, so, and that's the same again. This is a softer midsole than the Karag shoe, but it's also softer than the Tomir 1. So they did redesign the midsole for the Tomir 2, so it's using different materials, and there's more of it as well, so they give you an extra helping of the soft stuff. As I said, it's not that soft, but you can notice the difference between this shoe, the new version, and the Tomir 1. So yeah, that's good, and I am feeling that. I'm noticing that as I'm running. I'm only just under 3 miles in to the 10k that we're going to do today, but yeah, so far so good. I'd also say that the cushioning is acting as a good protection against some stones. I've run over a few stony bits, and so far nothing's coming through, so that's good. So yeah, all positive at the moment, and that nice Vibram Mega Grip is doing its job as it did on the first one. So it's quite a luggy shoe, this one, and that's cutting through the mud nicely. So we've had some muddy sections, you know, we've had a fair bit of rain around, and so far that outsole is handling everything. So yeah, looking good. But let's go and crack on with this run, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, we are about a mile away from home, something like that, mile and a half, and yeah, shoe's running well, as expected really, similar to the previous version of the NNormal Tomir. Obviously, as I said, more cushioning, so slightly more comfortable, I think, but very similar. But yeah, we'll get back to the flat, and we'll wrap this up with a conclusion, so I'll see you there. Okay, so we're back. All in all, I think successful runs. Certainly the shoe, it feels very similar, to be fair, to the previous shoe. The previous model of the shoe, the Tomir 1.0. I think the new foam, yes, there's difference. You can certainly feel the extra foam underneath your foot there. It does help with comfort. So I'm not sure how far I would still run this shoe. Maybe 50 miler. Be interesting actually. I might have to try it on a race, just to see how that goes, and then maybe if I've got somebody out there who could give me a shoe swap should it become too uncomfortable. I don't think it would, but I just don't feel like, you know, I would want to go too long in it. Maybe 50 miles would be quite good. I think 100k or 100 miles would be pushing it. I think you need something softer for those kind of distances when you're on your feet for hours and hours, you know. So we'll see. I don't know, but the upper, really comfortable. Had a good lockdown in the foot, in the shoe. That thin tongue that you had on the last shoe has made its way to this one as well. But yeah, still comfortable around the laces. There is a little bit of padding in that tongue, so just along where the laces are, so that it doesn't pull through. Exactly the same as the last one. The padding again in the heel cup. Same as the last one, good structure in that heel cup as well. So the lockdown in the top of the shoe was very good, felt very snug. Good overlays around the shoe for durability, nice toe bumper here. That's all good, very comfortable. I don't think there'll be any issues with durability. I think we'll be able to do miles and miles in these. I did 374 miles so far in my previous show, in the previous version. I mean, and look at that grip. It's still really good. And there's hardly any wear on the upper after 374 miles. And also the midsole is still good as well. You know, and this, I know it's a firm midsole, but it's good. It's not breaking down, which is great. So that was all good. As I said, the upper was good on here. The midsole performed as I thought it would perform, quite firm. Lots of protection for stones though. You don't feel any stones coming through because of the density of that midsole. The rocker geometry, didn't notice any difference, to be fair. I liked it in the previous model. I like it in this one. Yeah, I didn't notice anything really that would, you know, didn't set the world on fire, but at the same time it worked before, didn't need to change anyway, so I don't know why they changed it. Having the insole helps, particularly I think it's more cushion than the previous one as well. Certainly your foot fits in there quite nicely as well, so really happy with that. As I say, good lockdown, and the grip, just amazing. 5mm lugs, really good for British winters. And you know, and I know we're coming into spring, we're in spring now, although you wouldn't think it some days. The forest is still really muddy, but these just give great grip, and that's one good thing about this shoe. So overall, a pleasant experience, I think, and I'm looking forward to doing some more miles in this shoe. As I said, it is firm, so not good for all, all races or runs. Particularly if you're going to be on a lot of the hard stuff, you might want to go for something, a shoe with some softer cushioning. But in general, yeah, pretty positive. I'm enjoying it. So hopefully, long may that continue. So that's the Tomir, the normal, the normal Tomir 2.0. It's been a long day, I think. So yeah, really happy with the shoe, and I hope you found that useful as much as I did. So if you like this video, please consider sharing, subscribing, and hitting that like button and the bell icon as well to notify you when we upload more videos. But otherwise, thanks for watching. I will see you on the channel very soon. Train hard, race hard, have fun. Till next time, I'll see you soon.